Going live and you're live. Shout out to Miss Goldie Robinson. Miss Goldie Robinson, big up yourself. I appreciate you greatly, family. Thank you for being the first one in this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck drivers, the train drivers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person if you're that kind of person. Shout out to my AC brethren and my crossing guard brethren and any profession you're in. As long as you're up and out to get your honest daily bread, big up yourself. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. And here we go again on another beautiful morning that we must give thanks for, because we're not dead. We're not in nobody hospital. Nobody is nursing us. Nobody is planning our funeral. We're in good shape, good health, and we must give thanks. Now, telling you, give thanks every day, some people don't like to give thanks or don't like to remember, say things were good. Because when things are good, you forget to give thanks. You just enjoy the good times, not true? And then when things start to go bad, is when you start to, why, woe is me? Woe is me. Why me, Lord? So we give thanks on a daily basis, man. The engineering them, Mr. Article Dancer, big up the engineers out there. Mr. Article Dan, big up yourself. Oh, you is an engineer. That's why you're all over the place, so. Oh, okay. Brains and excitement. Do your thing, my brother. Do your thing. Audrey Wright says, please hit the like button as you enter the live, please, and thank you. We have a couple of things to talk about this morning, but I have to big up the people who are here this morning. So from the very top of the chat, shout out to Miss Goldie Robinson. Miss Goldie Robinson, again, thank you, and I can't thank you enough for supporting me on all platforms, because it's not only over here that I see your face, that I see you, right? So thank you. I appreciate you greatly. I can't buy that kind of a support. See? So you definitely are like family. Mr. Article Dan, big up yourself. Audrey Shervis, thank you. Audrey Wright, thank you for being here. Morning fam, present teacher. We just love that part there. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr is in the building with us as well. Big up yourself, family. Thank you. King Biggs, the person that had me started saying morning. You know, King Biggs used to say, I used to say good morning every morning. Good morning, good morning. Every time I said good morning, like a foreigner, King Biggs used to say morning fam. Morning fam. MAWNIN. Morning fam. I'm the one that say don't stray too far away from your culture and the roots of your culture, you know. So every time I say good morning, him say morning fam. Good morning fam. Till me start say morning fam. Right? So thank you for that, King Biggs. Morning fam. Thank you for being here. Veronica Gale, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Wayne Nathan, Great Goodies is in the building. Great Goodies been with me for a while. I appreciate you so much. May not forget people, you know. I might skip over a name here and there by accident or something. Or maybe if you're saying something while I'm speaking, I might not see your comment. Somebody said the other day, SouFlo, I'm a paid member of the channel, not just a subscriber. And every time you go live, you big up everybody else except for me. And my name is right there. And I know you see it. I didn't see it. Right? I don't skip over any names. I literally start from the top and just go down until I find myself repeating the names again because people are commenting. So I'm going to stop right there. So. But if I ever skip over your name by accident, don't feel no way about it. I will big you up eventually. I appreciate you greatly, though. I'm not an ungrateful person. I love people. See? Veronica Gale, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Wayne Nathan, Great Goodies. Shay is in the building this morning. Shay, thank you for being here. Senior Sexy is here this morning as well. Thank you for being here. Senior Sexy name just bring a smile to my face to be a senior and be sexy. You know, because the older women them nowadays, they're looking good as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Young girl used to carry the swing. But you know, some of these old girls or older women, they're taking care of themselves and them have them thing together already to, you know, Naturally, young girl ain't gonna have what the older woman has because she's been down that road already. You know, she done try and fail and try again and fail, and she had more time to do it. So she's established, and now she's putting herself together physically as well. So them look good out there and them have them things. So that's what your name remind me of. I mean, I know if that's how you are in real life. I'm just saying the name Senior Sexy remind me of a senior that is sexy. See? Karen Mason, big up yourself this morning. Main one, thank you for being here. Asserin Odetta, Marilyn Grant, thank you for being here. Morning, SouFLo, and everyone tuning in all the way from the UK. That's Marilyn Grant. Big up yourself, my family. And thank you for being here all the way from the UK. Even with the time differences, you're still on time. You're still here to support, and I appreciate you greatly. Debbie Jervis, thank you for being here. Sharon Spence, big up yourself. Sharon Ingram, Brick House in the building this morning. Roxy21, thank you. Shay says, me reach early this morning, although no wake me. LOL. I don't know. YouTube is not sending out the notifications to all subscribers and all members, but we just have to work around the thing, right? We're those kind of people. We make our way even when there is no way. That's just in our blood. So, things don't go perfect. We make it work anyway. Lady J, big up yourself, and I appreciate you for working with me regardless. Mr. Article Done Engineering, big up yourself. Audrey Wright says hit the like button as you enter the live, and thank you. Brahma Wright, my sister Brahma Wright's in the building. I haven't seen Kai Tai Jai Empress. That's my next sister. Not saying the rest of you aren't, but I'm just saying, right? Brahma Wright, big up yourself. Thank you for being here, family. Rash Jada is in the building this morning. You reach. Rash Jada, I'm glad to say you get your membership, man. I feel good now because you're like one of the main persons who we were worried about alienating. Not true? All right. Elaine Brown's in the building. Crystal G is in the building. King Big set. Oh, my brother. Yes, family. Thank you. Miss Goldie Robinson says you're truly loved. Thanks for the informative info. Manners and respect, family. I appreciate you. Onika St. John Jones is in the building. June O'Brien. Reggae Girl Bento's in the building. Black Goddess Henry. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curb. Big up yourself. Thank you. Year 8. God of mercy. That's, yo, listen up. That's respect. That's love. That's manners. I appreciate, I can't say enough how much I appreciate you. 8 years of following SouFLo. You must have seen me one time. I never have no sense when I was growing. Telling people you're not the same. If you're the same that you were 8 years ago, you probably haven't grown much. But life is about growth, right? And you learn from your mistakes and you try to become a better person day in, day out. So of course, if somebody look back 8 years and then compare that to how you are now, they should see a difference. Unless you were perfect 8 years ago and you're still perfect today, which I highly doubt any human being is like that. So I've been going through my metamorphosis, just like everybody else. And some of you have been there to see it. Remember when I used to cuss out people on YouTube? Yeah, I used to rinse out some people and I send some people way up under some people. Don't do that anymore. Them used to draw me out though. And I used to be sitting there with Shakira talking about. Shakira's like, I can't take them something here. This is just too much drama for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm built for this, I'm ready for this. Watch this. Say something. Call my name. Call my name. Say something. I don't do that no more. It's just not fruitful. It's not even attractive, right? But it's funny to go back and watch some of them videos. Yeah, who am I war with today? Lord God, I who get SouFLo head hot. Hey, you were here for the journey, my friend. You're slack off with the late. Crystal G says you're slack off with the late. No, I just choose to do it at a different time because it work out better this way. I realize that the people them not really like the really early to go in really late. It works out better this way. But I might try it another way to see. She says, no flow. I snooze me alarm. I have to do a bolt to get my daughter ready for school yesterday. I almost make she late. So eventually, I did late for the live too. All right, me get it now. Juno Bryan says, I never get notified. I am up early checking every minute. You see? And I thank you for that because people remember to check. Some people just don't check, and then them see me out a road and they're like, "You still up on YouTube?" What do you mean if me still up on YouTube? Yes, me still up on YouTube. Well, last you watch me. Boy, last time I watch one of your show them about you. You show them used to good to, Me used to tune in every day. When last you watch me? I go about 2-3 years now, That's what somebody told me in the grocery store one day. I go about 2-3 years now, And then they mentioned something. Remember the time when you did do the story about this? That was 5 years ago. Yeah, well, from them time, them did stop watch. Come, never get no notification. So shout out to the people who, even though you don't get a notification, you never cut me off. You still come look for me and you still find me, right? Because it's beyond my control. If I could notify everybody personally, I would. Anybody would. But I just saw the thing go. Shane, Vicky Victory. Sefe. A country I come from, 2 big stone in my hand. Sefe. You don't have to say nothing else. Just Sefe. Them two there. You better don't fe. A shing fling. Yeah. All right then. Let's get into this morning because we have a lot going on. Juna Bryan says, I watch every day, never miss. And I appreciate you greatly for that, my family. And I never catch up with some country people yet. Sefe. Who can sight Rockstone and back like we? That's how we used to fight. We never used to run down and chop up each other and have no gun. And I left Jamaica pretty young, but I still used to see things. It wasn't no gun, nothing. I only see one man with a gun throughout my whole growing up. Big up Mr. Powell, he passed away now. And Kipper, it was his son. Me and Kipper go to school together. And the man that used to get drunk in a police uniform and piss on himself. With him gun, on him hip. And nobody bothered him. Nobody tried to take his gun off of him or anything. The police station was right up here, so and the bar was like not too far from it. And he used and he used to do him police duties, and then after work in the same uniform, no change clothes or nothing, hit the bar and get extremely drunk, and then stagger him way down the hill from out of Christiana there, so tell him catch a taxi from somebody drop him off over which part we live, and then him stagger through, go him yard with him gun, and nobody is not thinking about lick him down, take him gun or nothing. And that's the only gun I ever seen in that part of Jamaica throughout my whole life up until today, right? So it was a different time. A stone we used to fling, man, and pick up something, lick you down with it, piece of wood or something, but no gunshot on them something there. Anyhow, we have a couple things to talk about this morning, my friend. Jashii, dancehall sensation Jashii, bust on the scene big. Jashii was controversial from day one because Jashii did that ER interview that I spoke about, and I was like, Jesus Christ, somebody couldn't, him not have no PR person or no, like somebody couldn't dry me, and I said, don't say it like that, Jashii, because they will target you. Anyhow, Jashii went on ER and said, Mr. I believe they asked him something about crime, and him say, police do the crime. The police, police don't do the crime. I say, yes, they are going to be onto you now. You have a few hats on a road. You are the new sensation in dancehall. You get co-signed by Bounty Killer and by everybody else that was a big name, Killer the God, as far as the gate guard thing go. When that interview was very controversial. Him here did maddy and him have a bottle of liquor in him hand, a drink, and people have said, God, somebody couldn't tidy him up, tell him to get him here fully done, take the alcohol bottle out of the interview, him talk like him drunk. He was raw and uncut. Well, Jashii was wanted for questioning. I saw a report goes out that says Jashii wanted in a murder probe. I said, what? In a murder probe. And then we have more on the story now. I have what we heard. Can I write it out completely? This is what me here. And then this is what was published right here. So we're going to talk about that, right? Some businessman losing life or kind of something like that. So we're going to talk about that. There's a submarine that went missing with a couple of people on it. We have to throw some U.S. news in it because we are living in the U.S. most of the year and these things. So we're going to talk about U.S. stuff from now on, right? Somebody said yesterday, poverty is what's saving a lot of us from putting ourselves in dangerous positions and possibly killing ourselves early, ending our life early. Because, if you have money, you're going to be like, I want to do this. I want to jump out the airplane today. I want to climb, go way up there so and skill archery off of this. So today, I want to do that. I want to do that. And then you end up dead early. And then some of us is just, hey, I don't have the money for do them something. There's too much money. So I'll just sit home and then you watch everybody who has the money, die doing it. So sometimes I just the money I save with for a kill off myself. We're going to talk about the little sinking submarine that they cannot find. Them can't find it. Gone under God big sea and lost. And them can't find it. Ja. And then, yes, I see a policeman shot a man a box yesterday. So a part of this morning's speech, I'm going to be talking directly to my JCF brethren them. Because, there's a civil kind of war thing going on between the people and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, believe it or not. Majority of the people in Jamaica don't trust the Jamaica Constabulary Force already. But videos like these surfacing of how they handle the people sometimes, I sit and watch these videos and I watch them back to back and I try to find the backstory to them. But sometimes you don't need to know what happened before because there is enough leading up to the assault that makes you have to say, wow. Then if that end another way later, you're going to hear everybody talk about, oh God, Lord, God, protect the police, them and all these things. But you have to treat people like people. So we're going to talk about that as well. And of course, Andrew Holness, the great magician, our great Right Honorable Prime Minister, he did a speech yesterday. And again, very bold with classing the people them and making them no sense. You don't really have no control about your government badness. And me run this. Me tap in when me feel like it, basically. We're going to get into his speech from yesterday as well. See, where do we start out this morning? I'm going to sip my... Babe, you see a tea? Beside the stove. All right. I heard her outside the door. I'm going to make some tea, so I'm going to make some for myself and some for her. Tell me where to start, 60 seconds, and I'm going in. Do we start with Jashii? You want to start with the police box? Or you want to start with the submarine? Or you want to start with the speech from our Right Honorable Andrew Holness? It's up to you. Where we start. Veronica Gale says, good man. Oh, Greg Goody says the box. Bromel Wright says the box. Crystal G says police. Let me queue up the box. Because we have the box. Yo, the box. Can I kiss him, man? Jesus Christ. This not them something here. I'll speak on it. The box. The box I ruled this morning. Ja. All right, let me find the box there real quick. Saved. Brighten up the screen a little bit. Please, nobody call in until I am done showing the box. Because the box was a boxy full box. Why the box they connect? You can't do people them something now. Let me sip tea and watch this. The box. Michelle Howell says, you're talking to Audrey with Brummel. Black Goddess Henry says the box. Mr. Article Don says the box. Andre Shervis says the box. King Biggs is the box. Andrew Wright, good morning. Thank you for being here, family. Onika St. John Jones says the box. I need about 4 more box. Rastafari, we have about 7 box. Is the box it's going to be? Everybody is on the box. I could talk about the box. Lady J said, I heard that box here in Georgia. All right, let me turn up the volume so I can hear it. I want you to pay attention, right? Because we have a lot to say on this.
Man, they've not drive the vehicle. A man, they've not drive the vehicle. What them do? Look what the man do. What the man do now?
He's getting hands and feet too, man. All the rifle the police fling away, you know. Big rifle they are ground. One thing you never do as a law enforcement officer is let go of your weapon. I don't know, we train differently. But I never let go of my weapon, and my trigger finger is always close to that trigger well. I do everything with my non-shooting hand, but me never let go of my weapon. So if you see that rifle that fly out and lay down on the ground like that, it's kind of weird. But watch it again, because someone will just miss it. Pay attention. Somebody will say who box who. Watch closely now. So the man them in a BMW. Police want to know who in a that. Bumbuck clock. Pardon the language. Ross. Watch out.
Man, they've not drive the vehicle. The man, they've not drive the vehicle. Look at the man do. Look at the man do, and the man, they've not drive the vehicle. What the man do now?
All right. Hand on foot. Stomp him out. Stretch him out. Watch out. If you're still asking who get box or who box who, one more time, just to the box, just so you see what I'm going to talk about. Yo, I'm not lying. We have to take serious thing, make jokes, so I'm going to laugh a little bit first before we talk serious. That box they connect, you know, when the box connect, the brother will get the box, say, bum. You know, when you get lick or what, you know, like when you're there at the house and you lick off your little toe up on the side of the bed foot or something, and you're like, you never cuss a day in your life, you know, because you're a churchical person and the Lord is your Savior, Jesus Christ, and all these things, hallelujah and praises you give. When you lick off that little toe there, you know, it's a bumbo clot. I saw the man, the man shout out bumbo clot and the maximum, you know. Oh, God. Listen, if you can clearly see that he was there mouthing off to another police officer, but he wasn't being physically threatening or anything, right? Culturally, I've seen this many times in Jamaica. That's how they are. Them talk and them run off their mouth. Now, I've witnessed this before. I see a Jamaican police call up a woman one day. Matter of fact, there's a story of a police officer that killed a pregnant woman in Jamaica because she cussed him with curse words. And he was trying to exercise his powers. But a curse, a profanity I use and curse police, you're not supposed to use those kind of words in front of me. But here's the thing. I've seen it many times now where the police themselves is there saying a bunch of derogatory things, the same kind of words that the person is saying, right? And then you want to thump and kick the man and box down the man and lick out teeth because he's saying the same words that you're saying. So you're not really setting no example. All you're doing is basically telling the people them say, I am superior to you. I have on this uniform, I have a gun with me, and I have a team that will back me up, right? Watch where this is going, you know. So I am superior to you. So, hey, boy, do as I say, not as I BBCRCPC do. If you're not Jamaican, you don't know what that means. Ask somebody in the comment section when them say BBCRCPC, or you can figure it out. That's how they are, right? And it's not right. It's not right. You can watch that video and clearly see he had it planned to box him. And then they talk to the police and they talk sideways and body position. But you can see how the other police officer walk around like me, I clot him, you know. But me, I give him the element of surprise. And he did. That's why I'm ball out bumper clot when him lick him, because he didn't expect it. You know, him did I talk to our next police and this one come round and slap him. Now, let me tell my JCF officers this. That's why, you know, me big up the good one them all the time. The ones who really care for the citizens of Jamaica and actually treat people like people. Sometimes you might have a guan buguyaga and the job requires it because you're dealing with a buguyaga. And I'm not one of those people that feel like you should deal intelligently with somebody who has no intelligence, because then there is no purpose. They're not going to understand anything that you're saying to them, right? So sometimes the job requires it. However, watching that video, that brother they never do nothing to nobody to deserve that. You slap the man face so hard. Now, man to man, may I ask you this? A man open hand, wet your face, a big slap like that. A foreign would they hear it tonight? You know, you're the slap echo. How can there be any respect after that? How can, and what do you expect to happen after that? I've been warning y'all. The other day when they did the ceremony for fallen Jamaican police officers, I realized there are over 50 to get killed already for the year so far on the job. I was flat, my jaw hit the ground because I'm like, yo, them are killing out like way more than I thought, right? Over 50 to get killed already, and it's not registering to you. Let me tell you this. It's the same Jamaica you're in. Maybe you're in it so you don't see it. It's the same Jamaica you're in, you see, where reprisal killings are the order of the day. It's the same Jamaica you're in where it takes a little bit of money for that show. It's the same Jamaica you're in where that uniform comes off at some point and you are a regular person at some point, but they don't care because then we catch you even in the uniform. It's the same Jamaica you're in where you're raising your children. It's the same Jamaica you're in where your wife has a job down the road where man would trail you, know where you live, know where your wife work, know where your picnic go to school, know where your mother and your father lives. Sometimes when you see some of these things happen, door get kicked off, this person get killed, and we're like, she has 75. What the hell did she do to anybody? Our son is a police too, and we skip over that part of the story, right? Right. Our son is a police too, and we skip over that part of the story, right? Let me say it again. Her son is a police too, and we skip over that part of the story, right? Right. Remember the 8-year-old girl the other day? Somebody went to the school, pick her up, she gone, found on the side of the road, throat slash. You notice how they held out that information initially that her father is a police too, right? And I listened to another Jamaican channel. I believe it was Popeye Newslink. Big up to Popeye Newslink. Somebody sent the clip to me, and they put it in our chat room. So I listened to it. So one time, God, I never used to put other people's stuff in the chat room. Then I said, you know what? We all are from the same community. So even if I have beef with other people like them, I don't really have beef with people, but some people are disrespectful for no reason. Either because they're trying to get clout, because if them start trace with SouFLo, then SouFLo audience are going to go over there to see where them are trace about, wherever. I used to like have only my content in the chat room. And then I open up the chat room and say, you know what, everybody put anything in here. That way we can all see everything that's going on. So I watched it on Popeye Newslink. And the father did an interview. And he was speaking, and I picked up certain things from it, like undercover work him do. Yes, he is a police officer. Undercover work him do. And he explains how, you know, him pay attention to social media and all that because him like to know what go on. So I said to myself, say, as a police officer that does undercover work, investigative work, you pay attention to social media for, I hope that's not where you think you're getting your facts from, but in his conversation, that is where he can get a lead from. Because, you know, the streets always a talk, and what's not being said by mouth is now being said online in some form or fashion, right? The US police officers do the same as well. They said once Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that was invented, it cut their workload in half, literally. Because now they don't have to go knock door to door. Now they don't have to set up surveillance outside and look and watch. Oh, we've been following the wrong person for a whole week. Damn, we got to start over. No, they just comb through pages on social media, right? and them decipher this and them gather information that way, and then they know who to pounce on. At the end of the day, as police officers, y'all need to remember that when you treat people like that, it's not forgotten. No boy can box me in my face like that as a grown man and me forget it. Or me walk away and then we're not talk about, oh, yeah, remember when the police boy clot your box and box you in your face and people are dead. I swear to God, I tell you right here now, on this platform right here. And I'm not inciting any violence. I'm telling you my mindset. And if this is my mindset, this is the mindset of many others. And I'm not a criminal. I'm not in no criminal activities. I am a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. But if you put your hands on me, I'm going to make sure that that hand never work again, period. Right? Me no business because I talk. So mouth make for talk. People are going to talk. You can't just slap a man's face like that. That wasn't even no petty push head or you slap the man like is your girl you abuse. And then him get flinged down upon the ground, of course, because he reacted to being slapped. And now you have 4 or 5 gun butt, foot in a neck back, kick up, thump, fling down again upon hard concrete, all that. Ain't nobody taking all that. Nobody is taking all that. And y'all forgetting one thing. The people that you are among, the same blood run through your vein. So you alone you're not the lone warrior. You're not the only warrior out here. Somehow we're dead for something we really believe in. Somehow we're dead, and you know this. You know this. So keep it professional, man. Keep it professional. This is one of the reasons why the people are afraid. Like they're afraid to talk to y'all. They're afraid to tell y'all what's really going on. Ain't nobody gonna laugh. Nobody is going to laugh and say, watch him back out here, push hand cart or my work on a grocery store. Him used to be a big police, but him box my boy the other day and the JCF held him accountable and now he's unemployed. Nobody is going to laugh at you that way because there's no system in place to defend the people. They're going to back you as a police officer and everybody are going to sit and watch it and try to say stuff. And this is dangerous what we do. We sit back and we talk about, well, maybe him should have shut him out. Well, I kind of equate that to that police officer that was kneeling on George Floyd's neck. And people came out to say, well, he shouldn't have been resisting. Well, maybe him should have shut him out. You're the professional. You have to be the professional at all times. I know it's hard. It's like a teacher being in a classroom. The teacher want to pick up your unruly picnic and spin it and drop it on its head and broke it neck, So my teacher, them mad becks and can fight, I see a teacher the other day, a female teacher get into a fight with a student, all her skirt gone, and the teacher have a piece of body, see. And I get distracted because I don't know if my face said judge the fight or watch the body. I watch, but the teacher, and she had a skirt on at work, she have on her pencil skirt, but she did thick already from morning. And it looked like she just was at her wit's end. And student throws blow and teacher decides, said, this is it. But you have to be professional. The teacher can't fight the student them in the classroom. The teacher is going to have to check the box. Did I call the principal? Did I call the school security? Did I leave the classroom myself and then get help to come remove this individual? You don't just stay in the classroom and just knuckle up and start go toe-to-toe with this student while the rest of the students are jumping around in the classroom like a group of wild banshees. Everybody have them cell phone. What example are you setting as a teacher then? And who wants you to teach then? If I know that my child gets out of hand, you're going to fight my child like an adult. I don't want my child around you as a teacher. But then again, the responsibility starts with me. My child is supposed to have enough fear of me in them to not go to school and be one of those students. So it starts at home anyways, right? Because my youth, them know some me broke neck. So they're not going to school to do that. Even if they see their friends do it, they'll probably be like, I know my dad different. So yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. I'm gonna be over here. Because if your name calling it, say our problems. right? But back to the police, them. You have to be the consummate professional, my friend, and to lift the standards of the JCF. Jamaica police are going like said them reputation good. It's not. It's. I am here to tell you it's not. I appreciate every good Jamaican police officer that put their life on the line on a daily basis, because could you imagine if they were all 100% corrupt? Poor Jamaica. Because if things look so already, and it's only a few. Imagine if more were that way, corrupted. But come on, we all know that your reputation is not good. You know that too. We catch you in a gang all the time. We catch you in bad man pocket all the time, doing hits, transporting drugs, take where man, woman, you are the side man. You kill the man because are you there with the man, woman, and the man come ask you about it. We catch you up on robbery. We catch you telling the people them who we came to tell you on in order to keep our community safe. You go back go tell them and make them come kill we off. We catch you doing all kinds of stuff. So somebody afraid for telling you that your reputation not good. When you put that uniform on, there's supposed to be a sense of pride in that uniform. The pride comes from doing the hard work. You know, it's like a mother raising children, right? A mother can be proud when she actually put in the hard work. If the picnic them are raised themselves, you can't walk and talk about you're a good mother. You know? You're not a good mother. You're a good mother when you're actually raising your children. You have a lot of stuff to do during the day, but you make time for your children. Then you become a good mother. Same thing for parenting, father-wise. Same thing for, I'm saying, drawing a parallel to how policing goes. You're supposed to put the hard work in. Put the hard work in. Don't cut no corners, and that's how you be a good police. Do you care to be a good police? Because obviously there are some in the force that don't care to be good police. They know that they can get away with foolishness, so them gladly join. And it's a brother thing going there is who know who and who for uncle this and who for son and who for this, that, and the other. And if your foot them flat, you can't come. And if your knee knock, you can't go. And if you're this, that, you can't go. And one bag of something to get in. That's why they're having problems in the first place. We don't have enough police officers. A whole heap of people them reject from going in. I think a lot of the times they're looking at people who, if you're going to be loyal to the team, is a big deal. No, you look like you're a snitch. You don't look like you can do no badness. You don't look like you can see with no badness and keep your mouth shut. You don't look like you can be a part of this gang. Yeah. You look like you're coming in honestly. And we don't want that. So we have to go skip you. Your foot them too flat. Next. You know? Your foot them too flat. Next. Yeah, man. God bless the good one them. So me don't want them see me out at airport or on the road when me there in Jamaica. SouFLo, you talk about we like say none of we no hotel we good. Unless you are ignorant, you're gonna skip over what I just said. And I say this all the time. Big up to the good one them, the good squaddy them, right? And I honestly, earnestly mean that. Big up to them. Manners and respect to them. I appreciate them greatly, wholeheartedly. The other day I'm in Jamaica and I asked wife if we move the vehicle, because we're right outside of the airport. Forgot what business we were doing out there. And I asked her to move the vehicle. No, I asked her to stay in the vehicle, let me walk back into the airport at Norman Manley International and get something. I believe I was working out a phone. Because we need a phone. I did leave it till last minute, and we need a phone to GPS to go where we want to go and all that, because GPS in Jamaica is very good now and all this, right? So we upgrade the phone as we land and stuff, but there was no parking inside in that area. They keep on saying, move along. This area is only for pickup. So I went outside to the gas station. I believe it's a Texaco or something, or right outside. Park up over there, so. Wife is she now? I don't know where she. I guess I'm taking too long to come back. She gone with the vehicle. So me, I've been inside for like 30 minutes or so. I come back out, I can't find my family. And we just land. So I'm standing there and I'm thinking, she never drives in Jamaica. So where the hell would she drive to? So of course, I start panic, right? And I'm thinking anything could have gone. I wonder if man jump in a car and tell her drive off or drive off gone with her in a car or something like that. And I'm asking all the youth them when we say stand up out there. Yo, you see a dark color vehicle, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the other that was parked right here. But the same truck that she was parked next to when I left her in the vehicle, the truck was still there. So whoever did have to ask her to move, then would have to ask the truck to move too. And I thought of all this before I even parked the vehicle. I was mad at her anyways. I was like, damn, why the hell you moved the vehicle? But when she finally showed up, long story short, it was some police officers that were on the scene. Okay? And me I tell the police them, say, first of all, I'm glad to see them. I was so glad to see them. Because here I am thinking something must have happened to my family with just land. Me no want to be on no front page and no newspaper. I can defend myself, but it's her and my kids. Right? Yo, me I panic. I'm jumping out myself. And there was 2 police officers there and they were like, calm down, man. You know, you just land and thing. Maybe somebody tell her to move the vehicle and she gonna circle and she'll come back around, you know? I said, no, because I'm there a long time now. If she was circling to come back around, I would have seen her already. Like, so they pull out, one of them pull out a clipboard and start take down her name, a description of how she looked. You have a phone for you if you have a picture of her so we can know who we are looking for and everything. So big up to them, man, that them jump right in, right? But I was still mad inside myself because I was like, it's my emergency. So I'm like, we don't need to get upon this now kind of thing. Like, drive around and go look if you see the vehicle or something right now. Because if anybody was doing anything to them, they wouldn't keep them right here in this vicinity. And they would be trying to get away from the area. You know, come the area real quick, see if anything. And he was like, calm down, man. Calm down. Every calm down, I wanted to cuss. But I them keep me calm still. And them I say, you know, maybe she a circle. Because somebody, the parking people was out here earlier. And it turns out as they're there talking, soon as them drive off, here she comes right there. And it was the same story. She was just circling. I was panicking because it was taking forever. So shout out to the good police them. We know how to deal with people good, right? But more I know if you go do better. More you have to go do better. No can't a whole man and woman and slap people face them kind of way they bow because they're talking and saying something you don't like. I believe people like those beat their spouses. Yeah, because when your wife says something you don't like, I practice when you go on the road for when man says something you don't like. I believe them people that beat them spouse and them something that people can say what they want to say. My wife says stuff for me not like all the time. What we are gonna do? Argue? Yeah, we are gonna argue a little bit, and then when argue done with Bex, but no slap, nothing go on. No hand must be raised. No violence brought to another person because they're expressing how they feel verbally. That part there. No violence should be brought to a person because they're expressing how they feel verbally. You know, business if them do it using profanity. Sometimes your mother, you have to say me bumbo clot mad. I just saw we talk. I don't know why y'all put this big old, see that? I don't know why y'all put this big old thing behind these words. Oh, you said that? Bye. What? Yes, my rascal man. Bye. Come on, man. People will kill you. That's the end of that story. People will kill you. And then when you have people out here, oh, another fallen police officer, and this is getting out of hand. Well, we see the videos them where when they did that treat the people them like, and nobody was saying anything. No other police officer was coming forward to say anything. Like, that wasn't right. That's not how we handle our citizens. That's not how we are trained. So for every police officer, please remember this. When you stand up for the one them who are way out of line, all you do is reassure the people them that you are a part of the foolishness as well. So in their mind, there's only one way we can get justice. Yeah. And it's jungle justice. So you see that boy there? We soon catch him. Any year we hold him. I hate that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, good morning. How you doing, brother?
Manners and respect for me there. No feeling good. How you?
Well, I'm up on the work at T4 and call and what you know what I said.
Talk
Manners
to
and
quick.
respect to you and your crew, I would say, you know, your audience.
Manners and respect, family.
Brother, I listened to your car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to Jamaica one time and rent an Airbnb for New Kingston, and we make a one bad turn up there and the police pull me over. And the police just take on the license from my nephew. They come my nephew I drive. I mean, they really, you know, good on the driving on me.
Right.
You just take on the man license and say, yo, come on New Kingston station. So I ask my nephew, where is that? So I say, I know man, and we go up there. So my brother flying from Canada, me flying from the US. And my nephew I drive around. And I said to the police, say, yo, I saw no deal with people. Yeah, the man I owe you. I said, that's my nephew, and he's, you know, he's our chauffeur basically. So the man said, oh, you think a foreigner that he broke it open? I saw the man attack the way that.
That's gone in a madman character.
Dangerous.
Crazy.
Yeah, man say, yo, he broke way up.
And him never tell him why him fi come neither, right? Him just take him license.
No, just take on the license and say, yo, come on New Kingston station.
Yeah, me see them thing there.
See, and when we go up there now, so we ask him what happened, say he make a bad turn. So we ask him, well, if you make a bad turn, you should just give us a ticket.
Right.
On the spot. The man that threatened, we say we broke way up and everything got fired with it. But you never hang up and listen to your commentaries.
Manners and respect, brother.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah, you see? And there's lots of stories like those. Another person called and told us about the same kind of a story where them get pulled over and it's like the man not explain nothing. Him just start search up the car and bust up them suitcase. Them just left airport, just flying. Bust up in the suitcase, pop off, zip, mashing up people things. And they're asking you, what is this for? Like, are we with somebody who you want up on your radar? What this for? No explanation. We don't have to explain nothing to you. Stand over there. Stay right there, sir. Like, come on now. Come on now. We're all people. And I know the uniform and thing will make you feel a bit superior and you get some good training. But obviously, y'all need different kinds of training in different areas. Right? Stop treating people them like hogman. And they know who to treat like that too. So we're not dummies. Because nobody from uptown, as you proverbial uptown, get treated like that ever. None of them. So we know what going, right? We fit the bill. We fit the bill of those who have not arrived. We fit the bill of those who have no connections or don't belong to a family that has a certain name. We fit the bill of the downtown people them because uptown kind of people don't get those kind of treatments. Them can do a burnout 360, rocks the BMW and I miggle on the road and them still not get that kind of treatment there. So we see it all the time. Shout out to my Jamaica Constabulary Force members, but on the need for fix up. And yes, again, some are no real dunce. So this message is not for everybody because some of you are good people and some of you actually really do the hard work. You know, it's hard. It's hard to have power and to know that you can pump a boy and I'm out, you know, so I'm run off your mouth and chat, but you restrain yourself and you don't do it because you know it's not right. And you know it's not professional. It's hard. But a lot of them Lego themselves and them actually do it. And you guys are the ones who are reinforcing what everybody else already think. Majority of Jamaica does not trust you. Don't know if it comes as a surprise to you. So when you put your uniform on today and you put it on with pride, I want you to have this in the forefront of your consciousness. That majority of Jamaicans do not trust you. Fix up. Fix up. All right, sir. With that said, let's move on to the next one. That box there, God no. Andrew Holness did a speech. We want to talk about Jashii. Y'all want to talk about, I'm giving you full control this morning. We are going to Andrew Holness' speech or we are going to Jashii next. Let's take one call. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, morning.
Morning, family. What going?
Yeah, bless up yourself, man. Yeah.
Manners and respect.
What's your main topic this morning?
There's no main topic. We're talking about different things. I saw an assault by a police officer on an individual yesterday. and I'm addressing that, trying to send a personal message of mine out to the Jamaica Constabulary Force members. We're also going to be talking about a speech that the Right Honorable Andrew Holness did yesterday, which I found to be pretty offensive at some points of the speech. And also, there's the whole thing about Jashii being in police custody in connection to questioning about a murder that recently took place.
Okay, I did want to touch a little point about that because the other day I was listening, I came in from work and I was listening to the program. And a brother Carly from Portmore and was saying to you that he and Cartel they grew together, but he don't want to discuss certain things.
He said that he and who?
Cartel, Vibes Cartel.
Right.
Yeah, and he don't want to put a certain thing under here, and you said, who's going to know him or who's going to pick him up?
The individual? Hello? I'm here. We're listening to you.
Yeah. And stuff like that. But hear me now. I go and touch on the Jashii thing. And you really going to have plenty more.
Touch on
plenty more going to go down like him.
Like in the same position as Jashii.
Jashii, Cartel, Ninja, and you can even go down the line. Right. Many more of these young artists going to find themselves in jail. Reason being, as a man start to make a few money, them start to get themselves a lot of followers, right? Behind them.
Right.
And those followers, they put some weapons in them. The band and growing at the ghetto.
Same.
Yeah. And I mean, South Spring Amazon. When we left Canada, as last spring we go.
Same.
We not going to no resort. We not pray to talk. We talk low.
You're like me. Yeah.
So anyway, I want to touch a little bit on the Buju Banton story with his daughter. And you know, sometimes it's like experience tells a lot, and you have to go through a lot of this and that to gain that experience.
I can see you're being very careful choosing your words, right?
Yeah.
I can see you're being very careful choosing your words. Right now, you say you would like to talk about or touch on Buju Banton and his daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Buju are the same here.
Same.
Buju are 50, me are 50. Same. And I hear a lot of people coming. I listen to a lot of people coming. And yeah, a lot of us don't have a grown inside of our house. Right now, I have a son, I'm 20 years old. I am alone living at the house of Jamaica. Me wanting to come to Canada, he's very bright. And it's like you can't grow up a child and the child wants to be a dictator in your own place.
Right.
That you keep.
Right.
It burns your heart. And so my time is like you want to take something a piece of bowl and slap him, or take a machete and slap him.
Yeah.
You see me? Yeah. Corporal punishment, and at certain ages, like, I mean, you want some people might now take it to the social media and they want to say this and they want to say that. Not because Buju go spend 10 years behind bars. People don't say, boy, Buju still in the class. No. No. Because you have your kids and you don't want to see none of them to stick up certain. And you don't want to know to none of them stick up at the age when they reach 50 or 40.
Right.
Simple.
True.
Because it will burn your heart. You don't feel insulted.
True.
See me? But other than that, we like the program and just keep it up the same way because, I mean, Yard and Brad, we pick up on certain things where I go on and I mean where you know say you have to tune into a radio station. But we get it first and from the eye. You see me?
All right, my brother. Yeah. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
Irie.
Manners. All right. So that was neither here nor there. He made his point, but we'll move right along. So Jashii it is, right? He said what he said about Jashii. And I gather now that a lot of people feel this way. So let's say what we heard, and then we're gonna read what was published first. Somebody says, SouFLo, Jashii mother and a businessman get into an argument. The businessman throw water at her or on her, splash her, wet her up, diss her. Mommy call her son. You know what my son is? My son a big artist, Jashii. Yeah. I think the businessman already knew that that was Jashii's mom because he's from the same area. And when you bust big like that, everybody in the area know your Jamaica is a small place. Everywhere is small in Jamaica, right? Anyways, altercation happened between the businessman and the big artist is defending his mom. Next thing we know, businessman dead. Police come to the scene. The artist's name is mentioned. The artist goes into hiding. The place get tense, SouFLo, because the businessman people them are looking for revenge. War about to broke out. And the artist people them ready to go to war with them too. Police issue a call for the artist to turn himself in for questioning. The artist sends his lawyers to contact the police instead first. You know, soften up the ground, see where them have all that. Artist lawyer is none other than top tier attorney at law, Queen's Counsel, Peter Champagny. The artist eventually turns himself into the police for questioning and is currently awaiting his question and answer session in the presence of his attorneys. Oh, SouFLo, him have two lawyers, by the way. Him have a man named Richard Lynch as him attorney, and him have Peter Champagny as him attorney. And yes, them still have him, and he's at the Constant Spring Police Station in custody. He has not been charged yet, but we will know once the question and answer session is conducted if he will be charged. That's what we get over for we. What was printed, I can read here, because I said that this morning, so I saved it. Shout out to Urban Islands. It says the Jamaica Constabulary Force has named the Jashii as a person of interest wanted for questioning in the murder of a man in the inner city community of Grant Spen. According to news report from Nationwide News out of Jamaica, the police just want to talk to Jashii following the murder, which has caused the already volatile St. Andrew community to now become tense. On Tuesday afternoon, St. Andrew North Police Division Head Superintendent Sherika Service confirmed the following: that the murder of 45-year-old businessman Omar Wright, otherwise called Romy, it did happen. And there have been reports to the police by people who talking and want to hide their ID that Jashii is involved. A fee mommy get this right. The artist, who originates from Grant Spen, does not reside in the community anymore. Reports are that Wright, who is described as a businessman in publication, he's actually a don in the Grant Spen community. And he was shot and killed June 7th in the vicinity of the nearby Shortwood Road around 10:40 p.m. It is reported that the man was shot and killed after a confrontation with Jashii's mother, who owns a wholesale shop in the community. Remember, Jashii said a soup his mother used to sell at them gate. Well, I think Jashii leveled up financially, and mommy now have a store instead of a sell soup alone, right? Okay, so it's unclear, right? And Jashii mother's connection, how the two, the businessman and the mother, what kind of connection them have, what were they arguing about? That is unclear. But the two were involved in a heated verbal exchange that became physical when the man threw some water in her face. Superintendent Service says reports are that the singer had visited the community where he confronted the businessman, Mr. Wright, for what he had just done to his mommy, and the two had a verbal altercation back and forth. A couple hours later, the businessman was shot dead at his business place by gunmen. The incident has caused fear in the community as talks of reprisal are coming from Wright's family. Jashii has not responded to the report online, but the artist's fans expressed shock at the allegation. The artist's past statement in his interview with Anthony Miller in 2021 were also raised by fans, where he expressed little reservations about how he would act if any of his friends betrayed him. Him saying would have killed them. In his interview, the artist said that he would murder them. A big interview, remember, I did tell you, sir. Remember, I said when I watched it, you can go back and look, because this is one thing I don't do. I don't switch up my words because people can actually pull up my old videos. So when I first saw it, I was looking as a big brother, looking at a little brother, and I was saying, damn, somebody couldn't just dry me in before the interview. A big ER, with Anthony Miller interview this, and the way you're answering these questions, they were pretty leading, but at the same time, he was exposing himself in a certain manner. You see what I say? So anyhow, when asked what would he do if his friend betrayed him, he said, "I would have murdered them." If he found out his friends had betrayed him or had planned to harm him. Right. So some things you can't say someplace. Now, I say things here as well. Like me just said this morning, if a police shot me a box like that, somebody I got dead. Yeah, because I would either spend the money for it or do it myself, but somebody I got dead. So if I'm telling you this to your face, sometimes we don't hold reservations about certain things. And some people are just raw honest. As an artist trying to make it in a certain industry, living in the country and having to deal with a certain group of people, be it police, you have to navigate your way between police and dons, badman, gunman, these kind of things. You have to arm yourself up a certain way, and you have to move a certain way, say certain things, and then reserve certain things and don't say them out loud, so on and so forth. So basically, it's all about navigation, see? So that's the story. Now, Jashii is currently, from what I learned, he's currently still in police custody. He is, what I'm saying there? He is at the Constant Spring police station in custody. I don't know if they had moved him, and he has not been charged as yet. But his situation, his question and answer session has not taken place yet. It's usually after the question and answer session that we normally get the follow-up. And the follow-up would be, artist was charged with businessman's murder. Following a question and answer session, they're going to ask you, you have to give a good alibi. Your story has to have an escape in it for you. If not, and you can't tie the ends, they have reason to believe, based on what they have gathered already, that, yeah, man, you do it, man. You did that, or you know who do it. You send people go do it. So based on how you're answering these questions, we can charge you, because we have enough to go forward and actually build a case against you now. It's either that or we don't really have nothing. So we're going to have to let him go. Well, Peter Champagne is the kind of lawyer that he is big on charge my client or let him go. Habeas corpus law. Charge him with something or let him go. I think you have 72 hours, right, to come up with something. So we're going to see where this one goes. But I want to show you how close the info that we got was close to what was printed, right? And it's pretty close. it's actually I have more info because that's printed. Didn't tell me that he had 2 attorneys. Didn't tell me that Richard Lynch is one and Peter Champagne is the other. Didn't tell me that he was at the Constant Spring Police Station in custody. Didn't tell me. So yeah, shout out to the people them were linked with. And I said, SouFLo, I feel we place this around your tents, no blouse and skirt. Me, I tell you something can go down any minute and man just lay low. Not even want to come out of the house today. Because it's that tense. So that's it there. Right? The climate we are in, if we give, be prepared to take. Absolutely, Dorothy T. Absolutely. And this is what people are not understanding. That's why it means I'm gonna keep my hand to myself. I'm gonna walk around disrespecting people. If you hear people say SouFLo disrespect me, or he was very disrespectful towards me, please ask them what you do to him first. Because I can be a reactive person at times, right? But me have to feel that disrespect there. I walk away from a lot. But sometimes you just now feel to walk away today. And every time you go walk away, right? And I pick and choose my battles as well. As a big man, some things, you know, where you used to hype yourself about it and you want to burn down the world. The older you get, the more you're like, you know what? That don't even matter to me. I'm going to go get my favorite meal and sit by the beach and breathing some nice, cool, nice oxygenated, you know, and feel good about myself. I'm not going to get caught up in the negativity. Some things you can walk away from. Some things you have to address. But if anybody ever hear say me diss them or disrespect them straight out, ask them what did they do first. Because I'm not that person. And I pride myself on being that kind of person. And I think we all need to adapt that. Because the world we living in ain't no jokey place. You're not the only bad man out there, no. And if you don't notice it, in Jamaica, it's not hard at all to catch a body. It's not hard at all to send 2 hot foot go over there, so wipe out a man and him family. Draw away one of them, pick them, make them find our bush. Make him get the message. It's not hard. So these are incentives to even move even more humane towards people. If me and a man mother get in an argument, me not throw no drinks pan her. Me not care what she say. And she doesn't have to be a famous artist's mother. Is a woman. I am a man. Me I walk away and left her. As long as she not run me down and crop up my neck back and try stab me in my back with a knife or something like that as I'm walking away. I'm not even standing out in the road long enough to argue with no woman. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, family. What going?
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I called because me here make a comment. Comment and want to say here, based on the comment where say if a police box you, you would have make a thing go on and you know, take it.
Yeah, but I follow that up by saying I'm not inciting any violence. I'm being raw, honest with my chain of thought.
I know you're not inciting any violence, but
being raw, honest with my chain of thought.
Yeah, you understand. It was just a conversation and the way you see them deal with the youth, it brings out an emotion where you respond in that direction.
Had it been me in that position?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I live in these states and something came to my mind. And it is that I believe that you were referring only to Jamaica because I don't think you mean that if it's in the United States. You probably feel like that, but I don't think you'd want to carry out that.
Okay, let me put it like this before you go there. Or since you went there, let me put it like this. The way how I interact with law enforcement, I've even done videos here teaching people how to interact with law enforcement so that you can walk away and they can walk away and things don't escalate, right? So the way how I interact with law enforcement, being that I have been on the other side before for a whole decade, so the way how I interact with law enforcement would not garner any kind of disrespect from any police officer. If them say move left, I move left as soon as them say it. If they say driver's license registration, I say it's in the glove compartment over there. Can I reach for it? If I don't talk unless they speak to me first, I sit and I answer questions from them. Where are you going? Why are you driving so fast? Whose vehicle is this? Minaga, why are you asking me about my vehicle? You're not supposed to be doing that. I don't try to do no street side courtroom, nothing, right? And I teach people these things. That's why my personal chain of thought, because I know of how I am, and no, not just in Jamaica, I am a friend. Me I talk about anywhere in the world. If a police lick me like that up here, me I find that, and it'll go down the same way. And I'm saying that. See? So don't separate it and say only in Jamaica I would, but because I'm in the US. Now, here's the thing. In the US, there's a course of law that protects citizens, which would probably prevent me from doing that. In Jamaica, there's no recourse for the citizens. You take a big box like that in front of a lot of people laugh after you, and then tomorrow, nothing about it. The same police officer is on duty. The same police officer walk past you, see you again, probably intimidate you more like him, will box you down again. In the US, that don't go, it doesn't go like that. If you do that to me in public, it's caught on video like that, I take it to court in the US, that police department ends up paying in some way, shape, or form. You lose your job, you lose your career that you value so much, and I get paid.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand? So two different things.
I would have the same opinion that you have, and I would feel the same way, because many times I see police take a people things from the market and all women I sell, and I feel like I'll drop a bomb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like psychologically, knowing the power structure of Jamaica law enforcement and the power structure of here, I think probably later on you might think about it deeper. And we will know that even though there's laws that here protect the citizen, but we live here and we see what happened and how them treat us. You know, but it always brings a fear where people don't want to challenge this power structure because it's so much different, you know, than the Jamaica. Like I said already, Jamaica is a small place. You're easy to reach, you're easy to touch. People know where you're picking the work, where your wife go do her hair and whatnot. So we feel more empowered than there, and the law, them have less bucketing than here.
Right.
We how the place structure. So
the people. Yeah. The people in Jamaica have less bucketive.
Them have less bucketive. And the police them have less bucketive too.
No man, the police them good man.
No man, them have less.
No sir,
remember say 50 of them I said dead for a year now. You're surprised about that, you know. I'm me surprised about
the number, but me not surprised that people are killing them because they are back. That's why people are killed. Watch what me say now. The people are taking out jungle justice upon the police them because there's no system in place that is holding them accountable.
It's happening in Jamaica, but it would not be as easy to happen here. You know, it would not be as easy for anybody to go jungle justice and police here. They're so backed here, and for them power structure is much different.
Then that me say, you know, there's a system
helicopter,
in place.
This, that, one bag of thing I come for your CCTV, you can't escape. You know, in that Jamaica you can pay for police, them not pay good. This, that, them under pay. You can even another law enforcement within for them cronies you can pay to sell them out. That's how bad it is. But here is much different. That's all I wanted to say, you know, because my day work, so I'm not gonna keep up the show. I'm gonna go and listen again.
Good point. I'm glad you come. I'm glad you called and said that because it gave me a chance to expound upon what I just said, so somebody don't run with the wrong idea.
True,
and just
true.
Saying some manners and respect for that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, respect.
Manners.
All
right. Yeah. There's a system, and Jamaica needs to put that system there in place and get it active. Right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Where you going with me?
My dad and family want.
You know, we want to talk about the Jashii situation. You know, and you see the situation, you know, if we look upon it, I'm not talking about the argument with the businessman and the mother. But we are talking in the sense that why she call him or son and know say our son is a big public figure and he gonna get involved and
mix up in this.
You get yeah, so the mother set up her son.
But
you know,
should not
and you
nobody
set
else
it.
to call.
No, Harry hype a big man to man. I remember Harry hype in a situation to Harry hype never get himself in a them something there.
Well,
so you see, is
obviously there's more to it than me know. So that's why
the younger generation them man. The younger generation them and them not take no type of note, none at all. Nothing. Them all feel untouchable when them start make bread. And them now see the fellow artists them where things happen to before and realize that them have to start approach things different.
See it.
Yeah man. But them a channel out of ego alone and that are gonna destroy them. And it's not a good thing and it's not a thing we want to see happen to because we wish him come out and we hope everything go good. And the next thing where some of the artists them need to start though. As soon as the artists get locked up, them start blame the system, say them set them up and people use them as bait and them something. You understand?
Yeah. Cause some
Yeah.
Look on the facts and the details within the case. And treat each case individually. Basically.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. Stop run with the idea and tell the mass them the government. He's not a political man. And thing. But people try to blame the government for everything. You see, if a man there Jamaica lazy, and the government make him can't get a job. Because of the easiest thing to say. You understand?
Yeah.
And me I look on this now. And if you look on this to SouFLo, the artists them have about 10 different or 20 different men around them at daytime. See? Now, if an artist as popular as Jashii right now, and you get the opportunity for them around him, that means you can look dub plate for your artist. So if you get 3 dub plate, the artist might hear one out of the 3 and take 2, or you might hear 20% per dub.
Yeah.
No for them man, you know, nothing. Them just a yes man and the artists them need to move up them type of people if I'm around them because of them type of people you have to get them in a trouble.
You did up on the right track. You pull something out of me right now. Listen, you're up on the right track. Hear this. Remember an interview where a certain person said, certain artists don't have to even give an order, you know, my friend. They're not even have to go around there, you know. So just for them group of yes man, then we kill you any which part them see you if you ever did say nothing bad about them artists or anything like that, because basically them a feed them. That the man will put bread and butter on table for them, so they feel indebted to them. So even in this instance, if say hypothetically speaking, say I saw you got the man argue with Jashii mother, this or wet her up, and you know she call her son argue with him, the son left. I could have next man just go take it up on himself, you know, and say, yo, you're this, my done, blah, 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 and done him without Jashii even knowing anything. Mr. Man get lined up for Bounty Killer already, you know. Bounty Killer wasn't nowhere around there. I talk about a man get boxed till him drop asleep and wake up back for Bounty Killer, you know, and Bounty was nowhere around there, you know.
Right, that is true.
Right. So
the artists them need to make the people around them know say them not there for no violence, them there for upliftment.
Yeah.
Because you see, because of them are the brand, it no matter, you know. You see, alright, you say something earlier with the interview when him on Unstate on ER. When them say if him friend them sell him out, him would have murdered them, right?
Right.
You see, that interview can be a big part of this thing right now too, you know.
Yeah.
Just based off of what I'm saying, because as you say, Jamaica is a small place, and when you start make money and have fame, it becomes influential. And whether or not you want to accept it, once you go in a year ghetto and you start to treat and give away things and people start look on your respectable, police are going to label you as some form of Dan.
Yeah.
You get to me and try to say, and the way how you portray yourself, your image, if you always are on the internet about badness and certain things, you can't tell them you're not that. So you have to be careful. Now, in this situation where them say Jashii go link the businessman after him throw the water upon his mother. It very hard not to convince them because it a float round in the year, you know, so the next Dan want to kill him. And it a float same gun in a hiding and one bag of something so. Them have to just be careful what them do with themselves, man. And the youth them I hope the youth them realize where them have and what them get them better school to leave out that system. With that, to get rich, it will be a bad man.
Break up, Power. Go on with the phone.
I know my phone, man. You know Jamoran, NBA player.
Yeah.
You see how him get so rich and a fight to go back in the system.
Him just can't help himself. But the thing about all him doing, him not come from no poverty, no brother. Him not come from no hardship or nothing like that. The youth grew up in the suburbs, good family, always had everything he wanted. I think him get money now, and now him decide say him want up on the bad side. It's kind of like Chris Brown becoming a blood gangster way into his career after he was established himself as Chris Brown, the international R&B
star. Because in a situation, him always have friends with them type of something, but he never get the chance to experience it the right way. He was like a nerd.
So he want to submerge himself in it now.
And we can use a next instance in a different situation, but man, I got trouble this so that's all right now, you see me?
All right.
So go and bless up yourself and do the right thing.
Manners and respect, brother.
I'm hope the youth them learn off of them something and see say them not untouchable and them not invisible for police go for them and lock them up. See artists have them big house at Jamaica and can't even go there. Say artists have millions of dollars and can't even enjoy spending. You understand me? I say some of the youth them just realize that them for just make some money, live life. They would much girl as possible as what they want and enjoy themselves and stop pre-badness be. Yeah. Look on a man like Chronic Law, you know, see man enjoy him life as much as what them sing about pain and break heart. The man enjoy him life and ride up and down in a Jamaica and bike and one bag of things in man popcorn. Upliftment. As much as they might have two little gangster around them same way, but the man them not pre so them know where them a come from.
Yeah. The badness thing not pay ya, man. Dash make you dash for everything you work hard for at one point.
Everything. Yeah. And we love to see the youth them make money and uplift themselves and when them a destroy themselves, so it come like, I don't know.
Hurtful for watch, man.
Hurtful for watch, man. Yeah. Go and big up yourself.
Manners. Yeah. So he feel because he is a done, it give him the right to throw water in her face. You know, somebody just made a comment and say, that's the man's mother. I think it's Devin Gale. It don't matter. Anyone would go there to defend their mother. Even the prime minister would defend his mother. You have a point. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. All right. Yeah, you have a point. It's a touchy situation. You know, we can only talk from what we know from what we're being told, match it to what is published. So we not act like we inside and we know the full inner details. That's not what we doing, and that's not what we ever do. So I don't want nobody come, yo, SouFLo, why you said this and that and the other. There's an open discussion about something that's gone public already. All right, and we are talking about things that are public knowledge. End of the day, man. The message in that one is that badness don't pay, my friend. It's exciting for a while, and it looked like it can be fruitful for a while, and then when it all comes tumbling down, everything come tumbling down. Me no know no bad man we have nothing for show off and badness. He had to turn good in order to accumulate something. Even the one them will get it while they were bad and try to flip it into something good. For some reason, that never work out even neither. So, but the badness thing don't pay. They don't pay. And that's the lesson at the end of the day. Big up to British Jamaican girl. I appreciate that donation. Thank you so much. Jano, the next one this morning was the speech. Let me talk to this person real quick. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, live and loud and clear. Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man.
Yes.
Just send up on the last caller, right? Just to I talk about SouFLo. I don't know how you didn't cover. There was a police officer in Peel region, right, in Canada. Man, I know what I'm doing. Go on training and he wasn't from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
He went on Peel region and I'm in a dispute. Man, them light him up. I know them not make arrest.
From where?
They're from Canada. In Ontario. Brampton. They killed him in Brampton. Or Mississauga themselves.
I didn't know anything about that.
That's why I'm surprised he didn't cover that. Go back a few months and look up on the Peel. It was a Chinese guy. Chinese police officer. Them light him up. How now no arrest has been made?
In Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see anything about it. But who did
Canada's been having police officers being killed like recently now. They're banning the guns in Canada. They're taking away the handguns and say you don't need certain guns to go hunting. You don't need certain things.
You don't need a rifle.
Yeah, a hunting rifle and that's it.
Yeah.
Or a crossbow.
That's what they're leaving the citizens with.
Listen, there's dirtiness in the police force in every way, man. When I was back in the days, police tried to sucker punch me. I'm gonna drop him. And I'm 5'7". I'm the 5'7" guy. I'm gonna tell you that. They beat the heck out of me though. I'm not gonna lie. Mr. Police rushed me from every angle and stomped me and beat me. And when they bring me in court, the police officer that was 7'1" say I walked up to him and sucker punched him.
Listen, that's corruption in all police forces. Let's put it that way. And that's no secret. So when I discuss these topics, I stick to Jamaica because the story happened in Jamaica that we're focused on. But I'm not oblivious. I'm not trying to say that policing is perfect in the US and other countries outside of Jamaica, and Jamaica is the only place that has bad policing. That's not what I'm trying to say, but a lot of people run away and say that. Him going like foreign the best place in the world. Him act like them not have no problem over there. Him act like police, the whole of the police them good. And I realize that it's only ignorant people say that because everybody else knows that there's corruption in all police forces straight across the board. But there are also good police officers in all police forces straight across the board, right? So the one that happened in Canada, I wasn't paying attention to it. My daughter was trying to come see me. See daddy. Yeah, you can keep talking. Hi, Monty.
Yeah, and of late, there's been so many police officers getting killed in Canada, man. People being taking them out. But
yeah, I hear you.
The world stage is not watching. And if people watch your platform, you're not talking about saying that Jamaican police this. It's just at the end of the day, you're there. They swore an oath, They swore an oath. But what people need to recognize, who turned police in Jamaica? Are the politicians on them?
Turn police? No, man.
Who?
Poor people.
Now they look at ghetto youth them where I come from poverty.
Well, not really. Because if you come from certain place, them not turn you in a police. if you grow up around a gangland and zinc fence lane, then they're not taking you in the police force. They try to take middle class. Now that you asked that question, it's quite funny, but it's mostly like middle class Jamaicans. You come from somewhat of a decent family.
I'll try to correct you on that one. It's not middle class. Because most of my cousins them are police and we're not middle class. They're there at the zinc fence. Them did it between poverty and thing there. But in our community, there was no gangs and nobody pushing you to be no gang. A man just come out of school and say, I'm going to do this.
Then the middle
my
class
cousin joined the army when the police, they killed his brother. That's how he joined the army,
Saying.
and him friend them join the army with him. So you know what that means. All right, yeah, police, we're going to turn soldier for you.
Saying. So
All
the links are built from all angles. Is a plan.
Okay.
Right. Then I've said that. His brother, I just said earlier, I says a brother cousin thing, who for uncle this, who's son this. That's how it's built. That's how it's built. So if you don't look like you're gonna keep the secrets and come be a part of the team and hush about certain things that we do that we're not supposed to do, then them just tell us your foot flat, and we don't do flat foot people and these kind of things.
The world stage cover a lot of things, these so-called first world country. Because most of the people they're asking, even in Canada, my son asked me, he said, Dad, where are all these guns coming from? Because he's on the place where every time somebody gets shot or thing there, he's the first on the scene.
Seeing.
And he's like, why? Wait, I'm like, yo, you don't realize guns been here from day one, man.
Go, mommy.
Man,
mommy
just don't abuse their tool like how they do it in Jamaica.
Yeah, Barbie. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I love your program as always, man, and just keep up. But they need to know, man, these police can't go around and box down people, but come on and take the box either,
All right, so that's the message I try to send. That's the message I try to send, right? That them need to police better than that with some professionalism.
Yeah.
And you can't go around abusing people because it's gonna come back to you, right?
And another thing too, the citizens, they need to know that some of the things that I watch them do, if this was Canada or America, yo, the whole of them either get shot or there was another, I'll give you an incident. A farm worker.
That's factual. That's factual.
Worker, right? Another farm worker, when they locked the guy in the room in the house, and I don't know if you had covered that story. I would have to go back. And when the police they come, man, I draw a big stone, and the police just look on him and say, yo, put it down. You want to see how quick them drop the stone?
Oh yeah. I covered it. That's me. I played the video. In the Yeah. And then
they drop the stone, but
they had just
because
they
know that
right?
They can't try that in Canada.
Right.
Gonna go blaze out and man, I go get dirt and nothing is coming out of it.
Right.
So Jamaican citizens need to let the police do their work. If them arrest him, make him bring them a station, process him. I'm sorry, poor people suffer, but you know what? Don't go dance if you know you're not straight.
That way.
Don't dip on road after certain hours. Don't hang out on corners. Protect your head back, man.
Same way.
You can't let yourself feel this and then you say, oh, if the way out the road I play a domino and you know some man don't like you.
Same way.
Yeah, beat up yourself.
Same way.
Make them kill you in your yard.
All right, my brother.
All right, SouFLo.
Manners.
Keep up the good work, eh?
Yes, manners and respect.
Yeah, bless up. Bless up to you and the family, eh? I am happy belated Father's Day.
Hey, all right. Same to you too, yeah?
All right.
Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
That's a loss.
Morning, family. Me there, no one. Talk to
all right, hear me a second. Because enough man talk on the side of Jashii. I said Jashii this and this. May I ask you a question? Because I know if you think that. If a man, I think that's your mother. If a man dash water in Miss Ruby face, now your grandmother face. How you deal with that?
Brother, not even need to say that still, but you don't know that would have go already.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That
yes, what? Huh?
That Nanga just left, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So enough people are talking about Jashii this and Jashii that. Enough of them youth, you see? Me and one of them, I grow with my father, but enough of them youth, them grow with their mother. And a single parent them, and it dear to them heart. And enough of them like a boy, and I get to feel like them are done. They feel like they can grow and grind off who they want to grind off. Box them who they want to box them.
dictate and tell who to do what to go where and
exactly.
All that, yeah.
So everybody that on this thing I talk about Jashii this and Jashii that and Jashii that. Even every man and their artist, none for them you will defend their mother to the dirt.
Yeah, true.
And it's a thing when I get away some boy feel like they have one who are foreign and them are done and this, they want grown and box them and pick them when they want. And they will get what they forget.
Yeah.
You understand someone? The balance where people now look on the youth. Me I'm not fan of him still in the that's a split justice.
Right.
So everybody talk about him like say boy, imagine if go kick up him mother and dash water, drown him with water, drown her with water and all of that and she does. Nothing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no for them youth have a single parent them grow with their mother. Say dear to them if you listen to her. Listen for them song I hear them talk about.
Yeah, mommy,
go a town, carry a basket on head, go sell a market, and them.
And you know the argument. They have two sides to it. Cause them are gonna say, well, one side is when a woman raise her children them without man. Yes, she might do a good job, but the youth them become like overly emotional, like how women are. Women are very emotional creatures by nature. See, and man kind of different from that. So when you see a man get very emotional, like. That's his emotional reaction is what to everything is like a trait of guys that were raised by mom.
Yeah, and that's a whole different conversation.
Saying,
but me get where you said though. Me get where you said
for sure. Me get where you said for sure. Cause end of the day, yes, split justice or justice split. That's why. Let me give you an example. In the Jackie case, why you think me no fault Jackie so much? I just said that Jackie could have handled that better, being that, you know, you have a lot going on for yourself right now. Seeing you can walk away from a couple of $1,000 and go make that couple of $1,000 somewhere else with somebody else, right? And just cut off the promoter there. But some people will lay it all on the line just to make a point. And that is what he did. In the Jackie case, and that him do. Him tell the man, say, you're not gonna rob nobody else around here. And him tell the youth where him did a rob, say, come with me, pen, come here, I go show you. Say, don't make nobody do you like this, right? So him ask the man, say, okay, I work 5 shows now. After the first one, you did supposed to give me money, you never give me my whole out. The second one, you never give me my whole out. The third one, you give me the money for the first show only. Second and third show, still not pay it, and I'm about to do the 4th show. Give me my money. That's not the deal we made, right? But I saw them, so you do people all the time. And nobody don't stand up to you. So if Jamaican artists where you bring come over here to this part of the world now, you treat them just like this because nobody don't stand up to you. Well, me, I gonna make sure, say after today, you don't ever do this again. Because every time you think to do it, you gonna hold your belly because remember somebody cut that out. Right? And I saw a thing going on.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, me agree with you now.
So me not fault him too much because there was an aggravating factor that led to that. Yes, him could have handled it better, but I understand the aggravating factor as well. Yes,
me not fan of Jackie either, but me can see why I'm happy. But you see, a lot of time, you see when they're on the outside looking in, you have 20/20 vision.
Same.
And you think all rational and stuff. But you see, when you're in the situation, it's a different case.
Yeah.
You understand? Because even the youth, come like the youth, Jashii go down there, go talk to him, And come like, he go down there and it not resolve. Because come like him and go there, after that, he might give you a text chat, him and check. I don't know what going on about me. So me say, in personal, face to face.
Yeah.
So you know, say, go down there and tell you, say, yo, go suck your mother and you know, top fight make a man even, just imagine him dash out upon the mother, and then him go down there, try resolve it. And then him gonna get this stuff.
More fuel to the fire that.
Exactly. So now people are saying on one side like you artists and me know the narrative say you them artists and me not dispute that Now for you them turn artists and them be a gun thing and me agree with that. Me not deny that. So me not dep on the side and say whatever one. Now for you them as them bust a gun and blah 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 and put them a try to get away from that. I'm better than life. I agree with that side. But you also have to look upon the situation as an man. Not for them boy, in a get a go like them alone are done like them have 2 life, because them are done. Them feel say them have two life. And at them alone have trigger finger. So they can grow on. Then if you know say all of them bad man from way back when Dan, Bulby and all of them a bullet reach them and ended. So all of them bad real Dan different way back. Not for them dead by the same gun and them are done. So them boy when I get down if stop going like say.
And dead by a man, them life get taken by a man who them swear them did way better than.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can go right back in a time, go look for all of them down and a bullet them get to. So all of them boy they were going like say, at them alone have trigger finger and they have 9 life like cat or 2 life, then they chill.
Yeah. Message Murd3r. Yeah,
man. So I'm just show you that side. Look for that because when you're in the situation, I mean I agree with him that the perfect thing to do in the real world still in them.
Is call the police. Go down to the police station, make a report. No go down there go talk to him. Let me tell you.
Make a report to the police.
Make a report to the police.
Yes, and walk away and all of that. That's it. That's not the perfect world.
All right.
But when you go down there and you say, yo, you throw water from my granny. When I say, yo, move from us, that bad man thing, go suck your mother and
Matter of fact, I look for a cup of water for dash pan your toe right now. Move from us, sir.
All right, I don't talk, brother. I just show you that side to balance everything. Little
manners.
All right.
Yo, imagine a man wet up your mother, you know, you go down there, you know, figure see what the case is. And man, I say, yo, there's a cup of water I look for wet up your blood. Move from around here, sir. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Blessed SouFLo, what go on?
I'm there in the family, what go on?
You know, me are listening to the whole Jashii thing, yeah. And me are listening to you one thing, and me not hear nobody say.
Where you listen for here and not here? Talk to him.
All right, make a reason a little bit. First and foremost, I'll do one quick little story.
Say it.
I have a bridging one time ago. His mother moved from the area and go live up at one place. See? Place where I live, quote unquote, bad man place. At the time, my bridging with his mother moved out of the country place. His man ain't no bad boy, but you know, he's a youth how we do things. Anyway, long story short. Mother and man get in an argument up in the country. And you know, my mother up there say, oh, you know me, you know where I come from, you know where them come from. See?
And that's the mother up there say?
Yeah, and call him son.
Alright.
Because my bedroom, my little bedroom, call him, come up there, you what they get him dead. See?
Him go up there and them kill him.
And go up there and then kill him. Now, man, where you call your son, where you talk to him from different, or you sleep outside, you call him your same family. And he come get him, then how you live with that. Now, me say that to say this, that you're an artist. See? Jashii, the cream of the crop, a breadwinner. Why your mother never go call Harry? Why never call one next family man? Why you call the man where they're on the forefront right now, they can't fight? Oh, nobody now said that.
The one with the golden ticket. The one with the golden ticket.
The word mother thing. But we get the word mother thing. We get that. I don't dispute that. But me I say, why I just your call? Why you never call one of your son there or one of your other family member when you're out there like that?
Who's to know if she didn't? She probably tell everybody. Say, boy, I wake me up around here, earlier today, you know. When they wake me up with water earlier, we're getting a big argument, you know. She probably tell everybody.
The argument here. We go to she not tell nobody a Jashii talk. The argument here. If that is the case, why? Why we not here say I do on there?
Because I know him figure there. Him more mature. Him older and more mature. So him you know feel so.
I reason thing.
Yeah, that's me I throw out probabilities to myself because I reason where I reason. So me I say probably.
So in your opinion, it makes sense for you call the breadwinner to go squash a vice as opposed to the older and wiser head.
No.
We can deal with the things on a more calmer level.
No, hear what me I say. We are reason.
Mm-hmm.
Me say, probably she told everybody, but you know, the younger, hotter head one take it up on himself to go confront who. If my mother have 5 sons and a boy do her certain things in idea, she'll tell the whole away. Now, one of we might say, you know, call the police. The next one might say, yo, now go around and go see this nigga. The next one I say, yo, I don't even want to have nothing to do with that car. Mommy more time, she start the drama and then draw we in. The next one might, you know, everybody have their own way of dealing with things. So I know that she probably called him. She probably told all of them, but I just him go confront the man.
So, all right, okay. You think that was a smart move for a man of his caliber. Me get the whole mother thing now. Me get the whole mother. Just take more from the perspective of me.
Yeah.
Me get the whole mother thing. Do you think that was a smart move on his part then?
Figure
good on they go confront man.
Figure confront the man.
Yeah.
Boy,
do you think that was a smart move on his part?
Yeah. I'm at risk right now of saying certain things I know I shouldn't say, and I've said things I know I shouldn't say, but this alright, that's something I shouldn't say. But hear me say, right? There's a way if you confront a man where you don't go public and nobody know about it and we never confront.
Thank you very much.
You know what I
Thank
say?
you very much.
Read between the line.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. To confront a man and make it public and everybody knows say you go down and confront him and all that. That was very unwise. Very unwise.
SouFLo.
Yeah, brother.
The school where me come from. See, I know so you deal with the thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? That's it then. You beat yourself. Anything come out of it into the blame.
I know your name a call. No, your name a call when it show it. You might even not even have nothing to do with
the police.
Yeah. You're right.
You understand what I say?
You're right.
Remember, you could have just say, alright, him do that. I mean, know what me I go do, but that him do, me know what me I go do. Nobody not going to see me, but not going to hear me. We're not inside the violence, you know. But come on, man, common sense. If I them that you want to take the thing.
Right.
Common sense, brother.
Right.
Now
that you talk that, see, may I give you an example, and I'm not saying that that artist did that. Remember when time when you chop Munga, seeing? Chop Munga honorable, seeing? I watch the interview, you know, after Munga get chopped and it was a rotted chop, right? And I remember Munga say, me not in them something there, me not in no violence, me not preach no violence for nobody. And me I tell all of my people, anybody who have anything to do with me, leave that man alone, right? God and time, me not in nothing like that. Shortly after that, brother, there was gunned down part on one place, right? And that's Munga's murder charge after. But you see, Munga laid the foundation before. Hey, I publicly said no retaliation. Nothing. Right. Everybody would have just for sure.
Munga would have still right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You're
if he never do that, see, him can be a road, he can put up music, he can do what I'm doing, he can do what they say he put up next year.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm ready to get it over with, but you know, then put it off again for another year. So
and
wish him all the best with
that.
Yeah, me feel him more get off too.
You see me, I saw you deal with thing by Jim. You are the cream of the crap, you are the breadwinner. Everybody know you. Anyone say want to step foot down the stuff. Everybody have got here.
Yeah, too much for that way that you're working on.
Yeah, you have too much to lose, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know, a bag of people say he did. It has been confirmed by law enforcement that he did go confront the person, so that can't be erased. No. So no, them can start use it and flex and say, okay, that was motive. And now Jashii lie off because say, well, he confronted him and he left. And that's that. And in a court of law, you have to go prove anything else. But him caught up where he didn't need to be.
We still can't reason about the mama never have to call him still. You know what I mean? We still can't debate about that. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else open to narrate on that.
Yeah, man, but like me said, she probably didn't. Like somebody else just said in the comment section, it's probably not even mommy tell him. It's probably somebody else tell him. And him say, what? To my mother, yo, fly down there. How come she not tell me that neither? Because mom probably I try to keep you out of trouble and she know how you stay about her. So she not tell you, but other people who have your links who in the community, I go tell you anyway. So it's a million ways for him to hear it, not necessarily his mother call him and tell him, And again, like I said, if a woman have 5 sons and a man this are a certain way, she go probably tell her 5 sons them, and one son might take it over the bridge while the others didn't, So we don't really know what really go on there, so as far as how him reached there and all that. We know according to the police reports that are published now that he did confront the individual, and then hours later the individual was shot to death at his business place, and they are looking at him, and he went into hiding and lawyered up. So we have to go see how that one will turn out.
Well, we wish him all the best for that one, but was that done with what it no?
Yeah, that one here just have to play out.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. Wish him all the best still,
Yeah, man. Blessings to you.
Manners and respect, brother.
We all start tuning in every morning. You see me?
All right, sir.
All right, blessings.
Bless. One more call. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Okay.
Morning.
No sound.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing? Live on the air. Talk to me.
I'm good. I'm good. Listen. I didn't plan to call you this morning, but I hear you made a comment about if someone shot your water in your mother, your grandmother, or somebody else, female, what you would do. Okay? I never heard anybody say that the man who got killed had a weapon. Are you saying that the verdict for water in one's face should be death to that person? As a military person, you don't think that's overkill?
No, I don't. That's why I tell people don't F with me, because I don't F with people, because I always go overboard. I go way overboard. I make everybody, I go overboard. I make everybody run and say, Jesus Christ, shouldn't have to be like that. You should have said blood out there. I go way overboard.
But
so keep your hands to yourself when you're dealing with me. I'll keep my hands to myself.
You're a person who talk about keeping down the violence. Yeah. But you're willing to do the most violent act
to defend myself.
As
yes.
Water in your face.
To defend myself, yes. Yes.
That's not even defending himself.
It
didn't happen to him personally. He had time to think before he go to the person's place. But maybe that's the way people in Jamaica deals with problems.
Okay, so you're talking about that case, or you're talking about me? Because you're fluctuating.
I'm talking about this case.
Okay.
But I use you as the example because you said if someone did something like that, throw water in your grandmother or your mother's face, you would probably react the same way.
That's not what I said.
Water in your face should not require one to lose their life.
Okay, where does it stop?
You being the better person, think about it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right?
That person.
Let me ask you this, right? So if me and you are having a civilized conversation that somehow takes a left and turns into an argument, right? And before I could walk away, you know what? I'm not even talking to this person anymore. Here goes the cup of tea that you were drinking, and douche, it's all over my face. What is my next move? What is my next move? Answer that.
Your next move? To turn around and give it a flip
Wait. Your phone is breaking up. I want to say this. Your phone is breaking up. What is my next move after that?
Your next, listen, I can't say what your next move should be. I can say what my next move
No,
would be.
That's what you've been trying to say, though.
Move would be.
Chill. Wait. That is what you've been trying to say. You've been trying to say what my next move should be. You've been trying to say what my reaction should be. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you that you cannot speak for other people. You can only speak for yourself. That is why I speak for only me. And I also say I'm not inciting violence because I'm not telling anybody else to do what I would do. I'm just telling you that there are other people out there who think like I do. They don't bother people. They walk away as much as they can. But if you're the type of person that go around looking for certain stuff, they'll give it to you and they'll go way overboard giving it to you. We exist. So don't try to paint me as somebody. Don't try to paint me as somebody who's trying to incite violence. My life is not about violence.
When you
my life is about self-defense.
To say things like that's what you're doing. You should be a rational person and say to your audience, do not involve yourself in violence in your first act. You should be rational and either call the police or deal with it right then and there, man to man.
How?
That's how I see it.
How do you deal with something man to man when the man you was trying to deal with just emptied his drink in your face? How do you deal with that man to man?
Is your hand? Are you invalid with your hand? Or your hand? With your hand?
So now we must go the long road. He wets me in my face with his drink, and I must now box it out with him, right?
You do something, but you don't. So you'd rather go and use a weapon on him and take his life?
Okay, let me tell you something, right?
Every
fight, my brother, listen to me. If you're a grown man, right? If you're out here fighting with somebody thinking, oh, we're just going to get this off and then we're going to go our separate ways, maybe you shouldn't fight. Because every fight is with full intention to do the most damage and harm to the next person. I don't know not one grown person who gets angry enough to where a fight is involved and then it's every blow is, I hope I'm not hitting this person hard enough to hurt them, but I'm just hitting that. Let me measure my blows.
I'm not saying that, SouFLo.
I don't know if this man has a 10th degree karate black belt.
Should not be death. I'm saying the verdict for water in your face should not be death.
Next thing he wet me, right? And I'm over there trying to be an honest man. I'm like, okay, put your dukes up. We're gonna fight. And while I'm punching, he pulls out a gun and kills me.
No, you're setting up hypothetical.
But that's the reality. But that's the reality.
The verdict for water in your face should not be death. I don't care what you say or anybody say. The verdict for water in one's face should never be death.
For you.
And if you support that, you support violence.
For you.
If anyone support that, they support violence.
For you.
And maybe that's why the world and your community is full of so much violence, because that's how most people react to things like that. And that's all I have to say.
All right, family.
I'm disappointed in the way you deal with it.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye-bye. For you. See, that's the thing. I'm never going to sugarcoat, right? I know some things I shouldn't say. I know how to be a sheep. I know how to pretend like I'm one way and then be another way. But when you give your raw self to your audience, you're always going to have people who try to make you the person they want you to be. We are different people. So if I'm giving you 100% of me, I'm telling you that I'm not that person. You're not going to punch me on the right side of my face, break the right side of my jaw, and then I'm going to turn the left cheek and you get to break the left cheek too. So I'm walking down the road like this and I can't talk and I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm murdering you if you break my right jaw. I'm not waiting for you to break my left side. The moral of the story is keep your damn hands to your damn self because you're a grown person. How about that? Why are you telling the victims it's not okay to defend yourself? That's what you want me to do? You really want me to tell victims it's not okay to defend yourself? It's not okay to defend your family members that you love? That's what you want me to tell people? Well, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. What I can do is I can tell people things can get really bad when you start putting your hands on other people or throwing objects and hitting people or bringing violence to people.
Once you initiate any level of violence, whether throwing water, spitting, you don't have to use any physical object. You cannot control how someone else reacts.
Thank you, babe.
You cannot control
how
someone reacts to you violating them in any way, shape, or form.
This is why I know my kids will be good because on that level, we have our differences, but wifey on the same wavelength. Like, you don't get to dictate how hard I hit you back or what I hit you with or when I hit you back. Just don't hit me at all, period. I didn't come here to hit you. I did not hit you. Don't hit me or any of mine, period. Right? And for the people that go out there and do that, you know, I always wonder, I see grown men out in the streets and they're like knuckling up, getting ready to fight another grown man. And the man is trying to move out the way. And you're trying to fight the man like in the presence of his wife and his children. And then I've seen guys try to impress other people by going out there to fight and get knocked out. And then somebody is stomping on your head while you're unconscious, beating you into a coma. For what? For what? If you throw water on me, I'm thinking you're about to use a knife next or a gun next. So it's swift violence after that. I neutralize the threat. Right? You gave me a big warning. The big warning is douche your water or your tea in my face. I'm just gonna go, damn, you wet me up. All right, may I go over there so and turn my back. So next thing is a knife in my back. Oh, he was hit at this level of the spinal cord and now he's paralyzed from the neck down. None of y'all ain't gonna be taking care of me. You're just gonna be telling stories. Remember when SouFLo used to tall and he used to stand up and walk everywhere? Yo, the brother that on a breathing something, dog, and him in a wheelchair when control with him chin and him mouth. Don't make me feel like I have to defend myself. Yeah. Some people are slow to react. You see, the thing about this too, everybody tries to be perfect on social media, right? Politically correct and perfect. So everybody else can like them. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person. I respect people for being different from I am. So if you're the kind of person who you turn the other cheek, enough respect to you. Matter of fact, I more than respect you because I applaud you because I can't do it. But I see beyond just the throw the water in the face thing. You want to keep it basic for argument's sake. Throw water in the face. Oh, now you're some man for dead. That's why your country mess up and that's why your community is like that. No, the community is like that because people feel like it's okay to just dash water in a people's face. Not because people are defending themselves after water get dashed in them face. It's because people feel it's okay to dash water in people's face. So again, the moral of the story is keep your arms and everything else to yourself. You don't own nobody out here. You're not nobody's leader. You're not nobody's owner. You're not anybody's parents. Not even my parents would do that to me. Michelle Howell says, they say I'm rebellious as a church person, but I beg to differ. I got an auntie. Auntie was on the bus one morning, a church woman. And, you know, she have our Bible and thing and she go. I've told this story before. New York, she there go church and thing. End of the day, my auntie end up in police custody because she catch up on the bus with a woman who was out of line. And my auntie did not only beat her with the Bible, she put the Bible down and put the beats on her. And, you know, my auntie said she had to put the Bible aside for a while, you know, hang a real thing in a real time. So even if you are that, you're on your walk, you're on your path, there's still self-defense. Never be afraid to defend yourself. It is your right. This is why I love America. It is your right to defend yourself. And as long as you defend yourself within the confines of the law, you should be good. But you have the opportunity here to defend yourself. I don't want to hear nobody righteous talk. Save that for your church people, them. Save that for your little group that you're in and your two friends them where you talk to all the time. Save that for you and your moral values and your children, whatever you're going to teach them. I'm not teaching none of my kids to get out here and be nobody's battering post. I'm not teaching none of my kids about turn no other cheek and get boxed down and flatter like chicken. I'm not teaching none of my kids to do any of that. I'm arming my kids for real. And I'm teaching them for real. So you left them and you left me alone. Or it goes overboard. That's it. Michelle says right there in that instance, the Bible is my weapon. The last one for the morning still. Because Jashii is something I will beat it to death. All we can do is wish Jashii the best. And, you know, somebody lost their life in this and I don't want to seem callous. So my condolences goes out to the family of the individual who lost his life in this whole melee something going on. None of us were there. None of us know exactly because we didn't stand up and see it from beginning to end. We're piecing pieces together as it's coming out, and that's what we're discussing, right? And then we're adding our own belief system into it, which that's what makes the argument somewhat emotional, driven, whatever. But end of the day, we don't have no dog in this fight, right? And if a man got killed over foolishness, then may the law take its course. But there are principles as well that we need to live by. Just like how the caller said earlier, people blame government for everything. If there's a lazy man in Jamaica, oh, nothing go on for me and everything, a government do it. No, it's not government do it. It's you. You're ass lazy. Get up and go do something with yourself. I'm that balanced of a person. I tell my audience this all the time. We can't blame government for everything. Same thing in situations like these. We don't know everything. So leave it. Watch it from a distance. We'll follow it and we'll update it as it happens, right? I wish everybody the best that is involved and may the chips fall where they may. That's that. The last one for the morning. Really wanted to talk about this. Not gonna spend too much time on it. You know, Andrew Holness did a speech yesterday. Let's keep this one short because this is just my message. I realize that some people are actually really, really good friends with the Prime Minister. So these people are people that used to like my comments when I comment on them video, and they would even respond verbally to my comments and stuff on them video. And then I guess they discovered certain videos that I have done about voicing my displeasure about certain things that should be done to better the country, you know, and I'm saying stuff like hold your leaders accountable and these kind of things. And them look, they take it like I'm talking bad about them friend. So now them may I get cut off from all angle, but that's okay, cause we're not really there to beg friend or anything like that. And thank God, me not have to depend on any of these people to pay my bills and put food on my table, right? So obviously, the Most High put me in a position where you're not dependent on them. So go ahead and speak truth, right? I've provided another way for you. So go ahead and speak truth. So I'll go ahead and speak the same truth regardless of who like it or who don't like it. Hear me, I say. Hear the speech from the Prime Minister yesterday. And I want you to open your ears and use your thinking mind because we're not all dummies. This ain't the first, but listen to this.
The country so well that it can give you a salary increase without worrying that next year you're going to get wage freeze. And that is why, Madam Speaker, it burns me when I hear the nonsense that people talking. No other government has done that. And I stand in this parliament, Madam Speaker, and say, that all the lies and misinformation that is being spewed by the political entrepreneurs, that this government is not going to sit back You hear what the member said over there? He said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. Madam Speaker,
Listen enough. Listen good.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness get angry today.
The country so well that it can give you a salary increase without worrying that next year you're going to get wage freeze. And that is why, Madam Speaker, it burns me when I hear the nonsense that people talking. No other government has done that. And I stand in this parliament, Madam Speaker, and say, that all the lies and misinformation that is being spewed by the political entrepreneurs, that this government is not going to sit back. You hear what the member said over there? He said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I was just fooling. Because while they are out there spreading lies and misinformation, we were busy working. Madam Speaker, don't worry about that. Madam Speaker, not only have we increased, I won't deal with that part of it too. Because, some people want elections. Don't worry. Careful what you wish for. Madam Speaker.
Quite charismatic, I might add. Shout out to the Right Honorable Andrew Holness. One thing I do give him credit for is his ability. We're bringing this show to a close this morning. We're extended, but that's okay. We'll be done in about 5 minutes. Let me wrap this up like this. No more calls for the morning. We're going to just carry it out on our own. Let me unplug the phone them so no calls no come in. And say what I have to say. One thing about Andrew Holness is he's right. He knows when to turn it on. He knows when to turn it on. He has the ability to be fluent and be charismatically fluent with whatever it is he's saying to the public, even when in Augusta. But anyhow, did y'all remember that recently the Prime Minister said that we get what we vote for? He said you get what you vote for. This is when, on his watch, politicians were given a 200% pay increase on a multi-million-dollar salary. And people like me were saying the minimum wage in Jamaica had not changed in couple of decades, right? Right. So you're rejoicing that you're the first Prime Minister to do it in how long, but the people them still 40-hour work week for $89. And while they get $89 for a 40-hour work week, If you don't know, that's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, okay? 40 hours. And most of them work way past that. A 40-hour work week for $89 US. And you tout that as something successful. And when the people cry and said, this is madness, you told them to their face, you get what you vote for. Okay, that was the first one. I said, wow, that's blatant. You get what you vote for. Yeah. Now, him know how to turn it on when him ready. That's what he said. See them, you know, them over there talk like I'm falling out of grace with the public and all that. No, me did just busy. Me did just a cool. Busy at the other things, and me did just a cool. That's what he said. Because they're talking like I'm out of grace with the people them. But me know if I reel up them people and reel them back in when me ready. Right? The man just said him know how to turn it on when him ready to get back in the people's good graces. So what that says to me is you're a puppet to him. And he knows how to reel you back in when he feels like it. Him not ready yet. Because election not close enough yet. See? You're easily bought and sold, and he knows that. So he can do what he want to do and make you say what you want to say. He will give you some time to blow off your steam, and when he's ready, he'll come back with a pair of clocks on him foot, and he will put it on Instagram, brushing off his clocks, and he will say, the second pair of clocks on the campaign, come and walk off the cheese off of the last one. And when you get the new clocks, the daddy will be the caption. And all dancehall music fans will run right in. Blur bro God. He's young and charismatic and him wear clocks like we. Him even quote Vibes Cartel and Popcorn. And when you get the new clocks, the daddy, which is exactly what he did. When you remember, when you go back and look, when we see him with the green clocks and caption where you get the new clocks, the daddy. So he's right. He knows how to. But me telling y'all to be aware ain't gonna save nobody. Because I guess they like feeling like a yo-yo. You know yo-yo stiff? When you fling it out, so but you draw it back in and then fling it back out, so and draw it back in when you're ready. Sometimes you just make the yo-yo hang, so and then you pull it back up when you're ready. That's how he has the people. So he's right. I'll give it to him. But remember, you were told. With that said, we're going to leave it right there this morning. He's telling it like it is, whether you like it or not, Michelle Howell. Absolutely. And I've come to realize that, right? If a man tell you to your face, brother, how do you think me rob all of that money there from you? This is your financial advisor, right? He's been dipping in your accounts all along, your accountant / financial advisor. He's been dipping in your accounts all along. He's been taking money, this, that, and the other. You know, see it. You tell everybody, say, yeah, man, my finance is good and whatever. If him one day come to you and say, how do you think me rob you all the time, bro? It's because you don't know how the banking system, the financial part of things go. When a check comes in, you don't know what percentage goes out of the check to clear and pay for what, plus what percent goes into savings and what percent goes back into investment or whatever. You don't pay close enough attention, so you don't know. So me rob you. It's the same thing. You can't mad at him. He's telling you, if anything, you need to go learn finances so the next person don't rob you the same way. But can't fault the man for telling you you get what you vote for. So yeah, enjoy your $89 a week for one whole week of labor because you get what you vote for. I'll enjoy my 200% increase on my multi-million-dollar salary. See you later. Thank you. Bye. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts. God spare my life. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. I'm out. Peace.